Welcome, friends. This is Rich at Floor 07 with a major update on our building, the Grand Coquina in Daytona Beach Shores. This is my first voiceover video, so bear with me. Hopefully I get the recording right and don't have to do it twice. This is a 16-minute video, so if I make any mistakes, I'm going to have to go back and re-record the whole thing. Today's video was shot by my friend who recently got his drone license and had a chance to go out to the condo when I did not. I asked him to take as much as he could of our building and the other buildings just to see how everything's going. We do have some big news in this video. As you're going to see here in a moment, I didn't edit this down too far. This is pretty raw. And looking at my friend's skills, I would have pointed the camera down a little bit more in this case, but he's doing fine. At any rate, in this video, we're going to talk about the building, the whole beach, some updates, and kind of give a little bit of feedback on a bunch of the comments I get on the YouTube channel. All right, whoa, what do we see here? Very nice. Now, what you're looking at is a temporary seawall backed up by quite a bit of sand, and most impressively, a ton of concrete has been pumped underneath the building where it was undermined by the water. And it looks like they went all the way to my pool. Now, I did do a quick edit on this, but this is my first time watching it with any attentiveness to detail. All right, looks like they saved the pool. We do get weekly updates from our building management kind of telling us what's going on. The pool's not going to be open for quite some time. I can see why. But it is going to get done. And we're kind of looking at the neighboring building here. Yeah, their pool's completely out in the open. Ours is doing pretty well relative to that. Yeah, take a look at that. Very nice. Now, one of the things we're going to see in this video is how my building is doing relative to a bunch of the other buildings in the area. I'd like to think our building's great and we have good management and a good team here. And I think, in fact, you'll see that we do. All right, look at all that debris out in front of the seawall, though. Yuck, that's the beach. But at any rate, there was a ton of concrete pumped underneath this thing. And, all right, looking at the neighboring building now. Don't know the name of this building. Actually, this is the Twin Towers. Forgive me. They're right next door. DiMucci built a bunch of buildings along the beach. This one's called the DiMucci Twin Towers. Very nice. We actually looked into these condos when we were looking to buy 4 or 5 years ago, whenever it was. It was more expensive. They have a gym on that first floor there that actually looks directly out onto the beach. It's pretty darn cool. So cruising back from the Twin Towers. Yeah, we can see they're undermined, their pool area. Not as bad as my building was, but not great either. All right, there's my drone operator looking up and down the beach, having some fun there. Now this view, looking a bit more south, actually looking south, passing the next building. That is the Marabella Condominiums. Very nice building. A lot smaller than our building, but newer. And you can see the patios and porches that they have out there are pretty cool. One of the advantages, I mean, one of the goals to live in a building by the beach is to have your balcony directly overlooking the beach. And it looks like this one has some on the front side overlooking the river. Nothing wrong with that. I would just much prefer to be on the beach side as we are. Wow, look at all that concrete. Very impressive. Now, there's a lot of politicking going on getting these buildings repaired. Just to get permits and permission to put tractors on the beach, it's a big deal. And again, our building's done everything they can to make this happen as well as we could. You're going to be able to compare this to the other buildings. There's Marabella. Yeah, they haven't done too much, it looks like. Their seawall is just a bunch of rocks. No, they have a temporary seawall back behind the pool there. I can see that now. And they backfilled it with some sand. Indicative that they might not have been compromised or undermined as bad as my building was. Previously, you can see that line of debris. That's where they should be at with the big deck and the spa. Looks like they're going to try and save that pool. Good for them. All right, going on to the next building. I call it the Dolphin Inn. I think it has a more colorful name, the Blue Green Dolphin Beach Club. And again, my camera work would have been looking a little bit up, but that's fine. He's going to take several swipes at it here. Moving on, that's the Days Inn. A lot of people have asked about the Days Inn in the comments. Oh, there's people in the pool. Wow, they did pretty well. Well, you can see the left side there. They lost quite a bit of that. Now, there are a few open lots at the beach. This is one of them. Interesting. My cameraman's or my drone buddy sitting in here with me. I'm going to tell him you should have pulled back further on this view. But again, he does later on in the video. Towers 10 is this building. It's going to go right up to the pier area. This is the pier area that you saw on television on the Weather Channel when that building collapsed. That on the other side, that's the Pirates Cove. That entire building's gone on that side. Yeah, they took a bad hit. Oh, that pool looks terrible too. Normally you can drive onto the beach right here. Doesn't look like any of that's going to be open for quite some time. Lifeguard tower, looks like it did okay. Did what it was supposed to do. You can look at the buckling in the Public Works lifeguard building right there. Yeah, I think that's all red tagged. Yeah, it's all done. Surprised they haven't done much on it yet, though. Now, if my operator would have kept looking south, you would see the Sunglow Pier, which I actually cover in a video I'm going to work on right after this. Getting some elevation. And it looks like this is low tide, actually, because you can see the wet mark as it approaches the buildings. And this is not good. There's not much beach left because of all the sand loss. Yeah, some debris in that pool. I don't think that's usable. It's like they poured some concrete back there. No, maybe they're doing something with the bricks. Looks like there's seawall held up. On this side, at least. On the pool side. Yeah, so my building, just because of the face of the building was so close to the water, was directly compromised. It was just at a higher risk. Obviously, something was different down here because the water was up. I've seen in the videos water went all the way up that ramp onto South Atlantic Avenue or A1A. Yeah, they really haven't done much here. They have a little bit of a temporary seawall, and that looks like about it. Cruising back, there's the empty lot. You can see some workers up in there doing remediation in that building. I think that was a day's in, so that's shut down for sure. Oh, there's people in the pool. Something's going on there. I was at the front of these buildings a month ago, and it was just pure construction vehicles in the parking lot. Or the Dolphin, looks like they're going to carve the pool out. They get a good-sized pool over there. Now, the Dolphin, that blue one on the left, that's one of the older buildings. It's actually the first place I ever stayed in Daytona Beach Shores and kind of fell in love with this area. Yeah, it's a Marabella. Yeah, they just haven't done that much, especially relative to what you see in my building. Now, this is very expensive. The seawall is not covered by insurance. The sand's not covered by insurance. Insurance hopefully is picking up all that concrete that we blasted in there, because looking at that volume, that's a ton of money. All right. Now we're approaching. This is just a cool view. Seeing a pool suspended on those pillars like that. And if they haven't moved it and they dug out around it, I think they're probably going to try and save that case of a pool there. It looks like conventionally poured pool. I don't even know how that's staying up. But if it is, it is. All right, back to my building. Yeah, look at that. Just impressive. Nice, big, powerful seawall. Well, it's temporary. We're going to put up a new seawall. I think it's going to cost between $1 and $2 million, and that will be out of pocket of the 100 units in the building. So that's going to be 10 grand or 20 grand, whatever that comes out to be. It's painful, but it's one of the prices you pay living in a condo. Yeah, this used to kind of be a yard over here, and it looks like they made it into a driveway. That's how we're getting heavy equipment down there. I didn't know that. Okay, maybe I just didn't think about it or ask before. But that's how they were getting it down there. I thought they were coming in on one of the public beach accesses, driving up the beach and getting in there. And going past the building again. Yeah, give me some feedback in the comments, guys. Speaking of comments, I want to get to a couple of those. Generally speaking, the commenters are very nice. Hey, thanks for sharing this video. Hope everything's okay. And I greatly appreciated that. And in one of my videos, I had my son video me giving a tour of the condo, kind of telling you a little bit about it. And some of the comments that we got are just pure negativity. Let the ocean take back what is hers. I kind of get that. I like nature. I like the ocean, obviously, if I have a place down here. But there's a bunch of people who own real estate down here, too, who need somewhere to live. Some of the other comments were, this is what the rich people get. This is not a rich people area. I guess that's all relative to, you know, where you live and what your income is. But over half of my building is seniors, and this is the only place they live. This was at like a $300,000 price point when I was looking at it, and it was one of the more expensive condos in the area. I mean, for a 2-bedroom. I mean, I'm sure there's $1 million places if you find some of the luxury places, but kind of in my price range, it was like at the 300 price point. The Dolphin there on the left is one of the least expensive, and I remember at a point in time I saw units in there for less than $100,000. That's pretty cool. If you could own a place at the beach for less than $100,000. And cruising up, and again, the Twin Towers with the green railing right there, just a more expensive building, nicer. But I love our building at our price point. Just watch as he cruises up and down the beach. Tell me how my building is doing relative to everybody else with regard to the recovery efforts. All right, so it's good we see a couple people on the beach. It is December. It's cool. All right, almost nothing's been done there on that side. All right, a little temporary seawall. All right, I can just tell you that's a less expensive building we're looking at now. Pool, yeah, almost nothing's been done. I don't even see temporary seawall up. Just a little bit of debris. Yeah, those people are going to have a long time before they get fixed back up. I don't remember this pool here being cracked in my last video. You can take a look, or I can take a look. But looks like it's getting worse. Again, no temporary seawall, no major signs of remediation. Pretty chairs, I guess, though. And my operator here probably getting out of visual. He has a spot or two. Probably getting out of visual range or getting out of the range of the drone. Yeah, he's actually in the room with me right now. Just give me a thumbs up. So yeah, I kind of gave you the price point on these condos. Who knows what time will tell with regard to overall value in the future of these condos. Since our building's being saved, actually that area where all that dirt is, they said they're going to have the most incredible yard of anybody on the beach. And they said with all of that concrete that they poured in there, it's much more sturdy than it could have been. Now, some basic engineering principles. Engineers figure out how to do the most effective job for the least amount of money. That's why they use pilings in these beach buildings. Spraying a whole bunch of concrete in there would be the most expensive way to do things. But that's done now in an effort to save the building. So it theoretically is as sturdy as it could possibly be, and much more resilient should anything like this happen again, because, you know, the water's got to go underneath it. And I think they dug out pretty good before they pumped all that concrete in there. I wonder what they're going to do about all that debris, though. You got to get that crap off the beach. People need to be able to enjoy this beach at some point in time. In previous pictures and videos, you could see like right underneath the building. That was really bad. I wonder how they even did that. I'm sure some of my neighbors took photos during that process as well. And there's a building. Grand Coquina is 22 stories high. I live on the 22nd floor. There is no 13th, so the penthouses are above us. Beautiful place. If you look at a couple videos back of mine, you can see us giving a tour of the place. Love it, love it, love it. 2 gyms, beautiful foyer entryway, library or 2, great neighbors, not a party building, half full-time occupied, just good people in there. Unfortunately, everybody is displaced. Oh, I guess this is the point in the video where I will give some good news. Today's December 24th, at which time I'm recording this. This was recorded yesterday on the 23rd of 2022. People are allowed back in the building on the 28th. That means different things for different people. I would say 75% of the drywall has been pulled off of the units in here. So all those units will be looking through to each other. I think they're going to be putting up sheets or something like that. Really weird situation, but these people need somewhere to live too. As you go up, well, consider this. If water comes in the top or one of the upper units, it's going to go down. So the lower you are, the more subject you were to compromise. Oh, look at that center section there in the top floor. Penthouse on the left and right, and that's like the community room up there. One of the other cool amenities. You can have a party, birthday, whatever you want up there. Very cool. And that's the Halifax River back there. All this Daytona Beach Shores area is on a peninsula. And on the left, that is the Dunlawton Bridge. Looking good. Yeah, so the hope is we're going to have a really nice yard and just a really nice situation moving forward. But back to the water. These people are allowed to move back in. I'm going back there soon, for sure. And I'll get a video inside of the place, maybe show the building off a little bit, even though it's under a tremendous amount of repair. We put new doors and windows on about 1.5 years ago during a remodel. So we took on 0 water. If the penthouse above us had taken on water, we would have taken some just vertically down, but we didn't take on a drop. My place was high and dry. We just couldn't live there because the building was in a state of imminent collapse and the city red tagged it. Oh, that's our beautiful little pond there. They had just done a bunch of landscaping recently and put plants in that pond, or made it real pretty. And a lot of our landscaping's just taken a hit because of this whole process. But look at the building. It's just nice. We have an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. Indoor pool also has a spa, so we get to enjoy that. Hey, there's my camera operator and my son over there, having a good time. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching this video today. Thanks for giving it a like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching all my videos. We don't really make any money off of this, but I'll do another video next. I'll answer some more questions and even talk about the drone that we're using. Thanks, and Merry Christmas.